So a lot has happened already, and I can tell you, suddenly there is a turnaround in the international markets. And if you took my advice regarding those stocks I mentioned here, do I have callers in the house? Feel free to call in. Put your questions forward early enough so they can be attended to. Thank you very much, viewer. I see you. You're sharing the live sessions to more than 10 of your friends. Awesome. Great efforts. This is how you know good friends. You see good things, you alert them. Good morning, sir. We're buying stocks again or still holding our money. One Trev, go ahead and start government that they were going to put in a 90-day pause on all retaliatory tariffs. So that news of putting a pause on tariffs got the market going wild. Yesterday, the market recorded one of the biggest gains in the history per day of the foreign market, talking about the U.S. Positively affected the Nigerian market. We have seen a turnaround as well. So, over to you to do what you have to do for the sake of making money for yourself. So today we're going to go through, we had a lot of bargains up till yesterday before the US market jumped at the close of the Nigerian market. Flams the Eagle says, I made a massive profit yesterday from the foreign markets yesterday. Thank you, boss, for your advice. Wonderful. 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 I'm so glad to hear about this. About those stocks I mentioned, like I said, if you took action the day before yesterday, yesterday was a fantastic day for you. Why? Because immediately the Donald Trump government announced a 90-day pause to all retaliatory tariffs, stock markets jumped. You see, in the end, like COVID, when it took so long. By the way, it's not over yet. This is just a temporary relief. I need you to understand this. So if you are strategizing to get into any foreign stock, continue with your strategy and keep looking for bargains. It is not yet uhuru, but you can see that money can easily be made. So if you bought Nvidia, if you bought Google, if you bought Amazon, if you bought even Tesla, yesterday Tesla made one of the biggest gains in its history, quickly reacted. And so even the foreigners who sold out of panic have lost, because you have been brave enough to step in there and pick up those assets at those wonderful giveaway prices. This is why sometimes it's also important to be in cash. Some people would have taken advantage, but they weren't in cash. So you are torn between, I have lost, take advantage of the foreign markets. So when things happen like this, sometimes you need to act very fast. It's not yet over yet. So keep talking to us about what they did and what stocks they bought in the international market that made them some gains just yesterday. Feel free to call in and let's share in your wins, okay? Adele says, Coach, between UPDC and UPDC REIT, which should I buy? It's quite a difficult question, because UPDC is quite that. It didn't drop below 280 or so, maybe 270, but it's back up and trying to find its way back up to 3 naira. I would suggest, if the money is substantial enough, split it between the two, because UPDC will give you some good capital gains, while UPDC not that substantial. What I will advise is buy UPDC for capital gains. Now, it might gain so well, and then if you really need UPDC REIT because of the future, the very much later future returns in terms of dividend yield that you will get from it, then I would say liquidate. I don't know if they are declaring dividend any time soon, but I expect that going forward they can only get better. Will the uptrend last? Well, we don't know, just like we don't know when the downtrend will end. Okay, my own coach with good fashion sense, Coach Omiata Boutique. Clean, you're always making me laugh. Yes, I must confess to you, too many things I am having to attend to. In fact, I'm supposed to be in Abuja next week, I think between Monday and Tuesday, just in and out trip. So I'm running around so many things, and it hasn't been easy for me to cope with all of the requests on Instagram. I'll find time to deal with them. And then this Saturday and Sunday, I'm also preparing to collaborate with online banking as well. So a lot is now really begging for my attention, and I'm in a bit of a struggle to reply your DMs, but I will try. So this is my way of apologizing to you and letting you know that I've been constrained in doing that. Maybe I now need a personal assistant who will be doing all of these things. So will this upward trend in the international market keep going up? Is it advisable to buy now? We knew how low it would keep going when it was going low, but I can tell you for free that this is just a temporary relief. This is not a permanent solution. All of the actions that have been taken has automatically positioned the US economy for an inflationary experience going forward, and maybe just most of it will depend on the final decision of the Trump government. When they say they have paused for 90 days, 90 days is just 3 months. After 3 months, what happens? So if the stocks have gained from yesterday at that news, you will be sure to see an up and down movement until at some point the stock market will keep rising endlessly. And then when that 90-day period, which is 3 months from now, is about to elapse, and there is no concrete direction as to where next or what next the US government is going to do about these tariffs, then people will start selling again. And as long as it remains unclear what direction the government is taking, stock prices will start falling again. So 3 months from now, latest, you will see a downtrend in the US market unless there is a statement ahead of the 3 months. What next? Nothing anymore about tariffs. They were going to maybe extend the pause period or completely terminate every arrangement with the pause they have put in place. Maybe because within those 3 months, which is the 90 days, some countries have come in for discussions, they've negotiated, and it's now fine. Then the market sees a much more, because it's not yet all over. Please, I'd like you to get this, that it is not yet uhuru. Coach, which site are you using to check the live price for Nigerian market? Akins, I use my broker's portal, which is Atlas Portfolios, to check. Okay, and I can see that Atlas Portfolio is in the building. Do you have any challenges with enough into this live session? They are going to be here to respond to your questions. Once again, apologies for not being able to come up live yesterday. I missed you all, but thank God we're here again. And the good news is that some people made good money by just buying day before yesterday, before the interestingly exciting market uptrend in the foreign market. So before the Nigerian market could fully suffer, this is more like Judgment Day season, where every company now has to live according to its performance. So the market is going to be judging all companies based on their performance. No free lunch anywhere, right? So getting there. Okay, so please, what is a pro forma invoice? The Oscar is asking. This is completely outside our topic, but I will explain. A pro forma invoice is a preliminary invoice showing you what the cost of a particular item you intend to buy will be, including all, and you are not paying for it. It is pro forma. So it is when you pay cash that the invoice for payment is issued and it is stamped paid, right? Okay. Cheers me says good. Okay, glad to let you know that Atlas is in the building. And let me see if I can call them up. You two try and call in so we can have Atlas respond to you. I'm talking to Fancy Nails, right? Fancy Nails, where are you? If I can find you to put a call through, and I hope that you are in a place where you can actually talk, so we sort you out. Yes, I found you there. And Atlas, please confirm that you are available to talk, and let's get going. I'm so glad to have heard from Flamsy Igor that he made money from the international market already. Awesome. Good morning.
Hello?
Good afternoon to you. Please tell us what you mean or where you're streaming from. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Service. My name is Lillian. I'm speaking from. Hello, afternoon.
Hello, everyone.
Or morning.
So go ahead, Lillian. Please.
Yeah, please. I registered since 2 days now and no response from them. So I don't know what is happening because this thing have made me miss VFD. As of that 2 days ago, it was 50 something naira. Now it's 72. It's paining me.
And I'm checking for a few days now. The name spotter and CSA spotter is not friendly, so we've been having a lot of delays on everything accounts.
Okay.
All right, that's usually the case. A lot of times they face challenges that is.
Drop our WhatsApp number here. I would like you to provide me some few informations. I'll drop the
Okay.
official WhatsApp line here. So just say I, Lillian, then I'll request the informations I need from you
Okay.
so we can get the process ASAP.
Okay, please.
Thank you for your time, man.
Thank you too.
All right, thank you. Live, and let's see how many people still have concerns. So we go ahead. Someone is asking if UPDC is okay to buy. Please buy UPDC if you're buying under 3 naira. At the moment, UPDC is at 2 naira 99 kobo. Before yesterday, I was talking about Alhaji Adamu's desire to buy UCAP and African Prudential, and I was saying if he was hearing me that day before yesterday, he should go ahead and buy African Prudential at 12 and United Capital around 14. But as we speak now, let's see what's happening with African Prudential. It's now 13.95. I hope he heard me the day before yesterday and bought. If you missed the live session, then I guess he has missed out on buying it low, just that he could have bought it even lower, right? Coach, I have a question for Atlas. Okay, let's see. Oh, Gerard. All right, let's have Gerard. Atlas, please stand by for Gerard. He has a question for you. Smith Olu says, good afternoon, Coach. Thanks for the privilege. I'm in a quarterly meeting with SIP Southwell.
Coach. My name is Gerald. I'm calling from Canada.
Okay.
So I don't know, Atlas. I opened my three children's accounts yesterday. Thank you very much for that. And then I funded those accounts, even though they came from my own personal account. But to my surprise, this morning I woke up, I saw that the whole money I sent to be funded to their three respective accounts was credited to my own account. So I don't know. Though I sent an email again letting you guys do it so that we don't have such an error again, or I don't know.
Atlas, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Isenwa Gerard. I saw that it has been rectified. Reason
Oh,
why
okay.
you get the inflow into your account first because they are minor. So we credit the sole sender first, which you being their guardian, then we move the funds into the account. For regulatory purpose, we should be able to trace where the money is coming from on transfer into your children's account. So that's why you are receiving those alert for deposit.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Thank you very much. I really appreciate.
All right. Thank you very much, Gerard. Thank you. You're informing. Hello, Bishop.
Hello, Coach. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to
I was
you.
trying to reach you for some days because I went to work somewhere, you know. So
Plus,
yeah, and it's good that the Atlas portfolio they are here. I have a little bit issue. Let me just say a problem. I I needed money urgently. I decided to sell 805 units of my NIDF, which I regretted, selling it because there are 96,612 naira 50 kobo. Then, uh, but in my portfolio or the dashboard, what I saw there was and something transaction fee. So I don't know what happened, you know. And I already have like 18 or that 19,573 in my dashboards already before I sold my NIDF, which is
okay. Hold
the
on for me.
confirmation, and the PDF I received was 98,612 minus 1,361.
So, can you hear me? Atlas, over to you.
Sir,
Confirm.
may I have your full name, sir?
Ifeanyi Agunane.
Looking like African potential is almost going to 14. There are 4.2 million bids right now versus 348,000 offers for African potential. So the lowest offer is at 14, the highest bid is left 13.95. So maybe African potential may close the day at 14.
Able to check your statement. I think the way the mix-up is coming from is you didn't ascertain the proper value of what you bought. You had some balance earlier, but you bought some stocks before your sale. So the full view of what I'm trying to explain. I might not be able to give you a proper explanation here.
Is that okay, Bishop? I understand what she said. It looks like you bought a stock which took out some money from your account and threw it into debit so that after you now sold, the system automatically debited the balance that you should have paid on the what you bought. So
Okay. Really?
what you got? Yes. So maybe she'll send you.
Well, I have already sent them email, but the transaction, the what they sent to me, I didn't understand it.
It's all right.
So,
I can tell now what we are.
uh, so Coach, I saw an update on the Discord about AFD order, something AFD 1 to 5.
Deals.
Yeah, since I opened my Atlas, I have not even withdrawn any money. I'm just, buying stock.
Well,
Even though it's going up, it's going down.
it's
So though I was little focusing on the US stock for a while, but what I need, if I get any information, I just buy stock and leave it there. So when I have time, I'll have to focus on it.
It's all right. Actually, it's VFD, 1 million shares, they give you 5 million shares free. Unfortunately, as we speak
Wow.
now, VFD is on full bid. 769,000 shares on off, I mean, bidded for, zero offer. And interestingly, up to the day before yesterday's live session, I actually advise our people buy your VOT. It's available right now. Because a lot of people bought at 2 naira.
Really?
Yes, in fact, some members of the Network Investors Club bought at 45 and 30 when it was.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw it was I think 45 or so. I can still buy it at the price now.
Well, if you can, go ahead and buy. Thank
Okay,
you very
okay,
much.
okay. Thank you very much.
All right, bye for now. Move to queue, and as usual, it is first come, first served basis. So while we are waiting for them to connect, oh, Fortune Ojedema bought at 44. Awesome, Fortune. It has started working for you.
Hello, Coach. Good afternoon.
It's working out. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon, Mutau Dauda.
Yes, sir.
Name, please tell us where you're streaming from.
Share the link of my registration Atlas portfolio to someone since on Monday, and she has already filled the form. I was one that told you about a woman, 70 years old woman, and her account has not been activated. She has not received any mail from my Atlas portfolio. That's one. Secondly, I bidded was not catch up because today again I've already bidded for like 67, but hearing now is you said it's now 79 for VFD.
Yes.
So I don't know why there's delay because since that Monday I've been trying to get some of it,
When a stock
but
is
unfortunately
in high demand, it is difficult to buy.
to get it now
Well, as I'm
right
looking
away.
at it now, I'm seeing a very tiny offer. I mean, yes, offer available. 23,000 shares available at 79.60.
79.60. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
The
Then
woman who
okay,
you
I'm with you.
spoke about, please check her junk mailbox, her spam mailbox
Okay,
before.
sir.
Just give me update again on Instagram. I think I'll find time to clear out those Instagram DMs. Okay.
Okay. I've already sent the message to you to buy, sir.
For everybody else who has problems, who recently applied to open Atlas Portfolios account, just as Atlas has stated here, there is some hiccups with CSCS. That may just be the reason. Hello, Nikki ma'am. Nikki ma'am, please unmute your mic. Your mic is muted at the moment. Very good afternoon to you.
Good
How are
afternoon,
you
Coach.
today?
I'm fine, sir.
Please tell us your name and where you're coming from.
Hello. I'm Kechinyere. I'm calling from Abuja.
Nkechinyere from Abuja. Good afternoon. Nice to have you. Go ahead.
Yes. Let's say 3 days ago. And he was talking about buying a land in the east.
Sorry.
So, and with my brother, 3 days ago, he was talking about buying land in the east. So, and I started following you up last month. So I've been following, I've been observing. I even opened an account with Atlas and has a small investment. So I was introducing buying and given that I've viewed how the rentals, the outcome normally it doesn't pay much, especially in the east. Doesn't pay much. So I was advising him to, put that money in stocks, like in long term. Maybe from the gains he will be getting from it, maybe he can use it to invest then. Or I don't know whether that would be a good idea for me to introduce him, maybe for your proper guidance.
All
Maybe
right.
is that,
Thank you very
whether
much.
that would be right.
For me, it will always be better to grow the money in stocks. I don't know the volume of cash involved, but in a couple of 2, 3 years, investing it in very good stocks can actually even generate sufficient money to not only buy the land, but also to start or possibly finish the building. So instead of just planting it in the property, maybe how to sell the land its business or fund a business or fund a trip, whatever. The stock market is there very liquid for him to sell, take money, and do whatever he wants to do. This actually reminds
Okay,
me
that
of
was
a lady who had a property in Lagos, eventually traveled to Ireland. She called into my live session like this around 2, 3 and then having issues with eviction, lawyer, court, all of those things. She got tired and sold the property. Now, being a property investment, she decided she would buy SFS REIT. SFS REIT is quoted in the Nigerian Stock Exchange as a real estate investment trust stock. She bought that stock at around
okay.
60 naira per share, have to quarrel with nobody. Every day, every time the dividend is due, it just drops in our account. And do you know what? What she bought at 60 naira per share at that time, SFS rate is now selling for 200 and something naira per share. So if she bought 1 million shares at 60 naira per share, that means she spent 60 million naira buying those stocks. But guess what? At 200 and something naira per 6 million naira, if she decides to sell all this money, that's how wonderful this option can be, especially if one is guided and is doing the right things and adding patience to it. So I think you are giving him the best advice. I hope that he listens.
With you.
Well, this will be very difficult for me to handle outside here, but he can send a DM on Instagram. You can send a DM on Instagram. And all right, I want to also tell you that you are a very good sister. You see a good thing, you tell everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Bye for now. All right, what do we have next? Michael
Good
Name.
afternoon. Yeah, streaming from Dubai.
Michael from Dubai, thank you very much. We're glad to have you.
Thank you too.
Have you made a kill in the international market already?
Yeah, we're watching, following you, and keep watching. From that tariff retaliation from China yesterday, it was a great blow on the U.S.
Yeah, while they are doing their sparring.
That's a
Okay,
great
right.
one.
Question.
So actually, yeah, after the other time, that was last week. So I've seen the link you share with me on the Instagram. Then I've making use of those links already. I've joined the group and I've filled a form on Atlas. I'm waiting for their reply. So I know I'm going to get a reply shortly. So, but I have one question. Something came up yesterday. My late father.
So you are already a guru in this thing. Your family way.
You know, what is worth doing, you do it well, you know.
And I'm sure your wife will be proud of you. Say, that's my man. That's my man.
Yeah, I think she's proud. She's proud. She's proud of me. Thank you for that.
Go ahead.
So we searched it and we got a couple of shares in his name, even including Dangote Cement.
A will.
Is there what?
Does he have a will?
Oh,
Is
there
it?
is there any wheel on ground?
Is there what?
Wheel. WILL.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nothing.
Okay. Is there anything like letter of administration?
But there is death certificate, that I'm sure.
Okay, but no letter of administration? Is property or estate, something like that. Are there people who were officially given his property, like his children?
I think we just assume responsibilities after he died. That's it.
Okay. There's a legitimate way to go about this, but it begins with your opening a brokerage account based on what you already have, which is the death certificate. They will now be able to advise how to go about getting a letter of administration. You may need a lawyer to process all of these things. Once that is done, maybe the process for transferring his shares can commence. In any case, so it begins with opening your brokerage account, which your husband will eventually help you with, seeing he has already started his own. He will come up with a letter of administration to execute his estate.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
And so we'll just do transfer of ownership or something like that. We'll transfer it to the sibling that we're going to choose, right?
Yes. So the lawyer will advise what documentation needs to be done to nominating that individual, or it could also be a joint and then come up with what they will require to execute this transaction.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. So thank you so much. Because when checking it yesterday, we saw it under unclaimed dividends.
And there are some
And
companies
Okay.
so,
Just a moment. We have one of our executive members of the network.
Coach, good afternoon, and how are
Very
you
good
doing
afternoon to
today?
you. It's good to have you here. You are right on time regarding the topic.
In form of just a background or summary,
Okay.
explanation as to letters of administration. So in Nigeria, you either have an avenue, of course, in planning for your estate, to prepare a will so that in the event that the eventuality happens, beforehand you will be with a will, or the person never gave a trust for someone else who is in the capacity to manage his estate to do that before the person dies. The beneficiaries of that person will have to apply for a letters of administration. Now, you apply for letters of administration because when a person dies intestate, that is without a will, the property automatically, or didn't have a will when he or she was alive, you would have to then apply to the probate court. Now, the probate registry is situated in the high court of each state. So you would have to apply to the probate court, let's say in Lagos State, so for them to grant you a letters of administration. Now, persons who are identified as the beneficiaries of the deceased have a right to administer the estate or manage the estate. All right. So uh, the assets of a deceased. So you have to apply to the High Court for the High Court to more or less grant you powers by virtue of giving you a letters of administration for you to have access to that asset, which forms part of the estate of the deceased. Hope that is clear. And that is why shares are lodged would ask you to provide a letters of administration because that is a proof that you are in a capacity as the beneficiary to manage the estate of the deceased. Of course, that is if the person didn't die with a will. Okay, so you need to do your background. Would have come out to say there's a will.
Yeah.
Another way you can find out is if you go to the High Court to check if he actually lodged a will. But normally, if he did, his lawyer would have come out to say
Yeah.
he had a will. But that aside, you can apply for letters of administration, and it's a minimum of two and a maximum of four that can apply. Sorry. So is the I'm trying to get the laws, but I'll type it in the comment section, okay? So
Okay.
it provides for the then if the person doesn't have a wife, doesn't have a children, it devolves like that. The parents of the
The
person can apply
siblings.
for letters of
Siblings.
administration. But at the end of the day, you might just need a lawyer. But you can read up on it on the internet so that you can get more background knowledge about it.
Okay.
Then you can also visit the.
Thank you.
Sorry, thank you very much for that information. In the case where we have one of the siblings out of the country, is that still possible for that person to be like one of the beneficiaries that will be registered?
Out within the act, all right? So if the siblings are still alive and you are there are two of you can still apply. So they will give you the form to fill, a bank certificate, right? Well, within that form are details you have to give them as beneficiaries. So even if the person is outside Nigeria, what it means is that you have to transmit that document to that, they will lodge it and then they'll start the process. And you will be issued a bank certificate. The bank certificate is usually the first page of that document that you lodge. You will now take that bank certificate to the banks where he probably had assets in bank account. So, for example, Veritas registrars, they are the one that holds Zenith Bank shares, and so on and so forth. So you take it to each of those registrars, and then they will minute on it. When they minute on it, and you are satisfied that you have combed all the places where he probably had assets, all right? And this I'm talking about intangible assets. So you can also do the same thing too when it comes to tangible assets,
Like
all right?
land and
So
property.
that, okay, because you have to pay a percentage to the government, uh, as they call it an estate fee. You have to pay a percent. I think in Lagos State it's 12% or so, 10% or 12% before you now finalize it. So it's a whole process. It can take as much as a year, but if you don't have a landed property, considering the bureaucratic situation you have here in Nigeria. All right.
Well,
Hope that
thank you
answers
so
your
much.
question. Okay.
I will just ask one more question based on these answers you've given. The bank you mentioned now, because it will be the bank of the deceased also again. And
Yes.
I think those shares were bought during when they still post them to the night post for them to pick, whatever document they are sending to their name.
About 30 years ago.
So not via.
What SEC has done is they have more or less synchronized the data of those people who have unclaimed dividend. All
Yeah.
right. So if you go to sec.gov.ng / non, sorry,
Maybe you should, yourself and your wife can communicate with VOO outside the live session.
Oh,
So
okay.
it looks like she's in a hurry to give you a whole lot of information, and you too need to assimilate properly so
Yes.
that you can do the rest and peacefully get it all done. All what you need, she will furnish you with, and then you can send contacts offline, and then maybe on the comment section, and then you go ahead from there.
Yeah. All right. VOO are following you already. So we'll chat you
all right,
up, please.
all right, no
Thank you.
problem. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Coach, for
Thank
your
you very
time.
much. Thank you, and thank you so much, VOO. We appreciate very much. God bless you. Hello, Clean.
Hi, coach. I didn't buy it yesterday, honestly. But like you said, cash is king. So I'm getting set probably by Friday. Tomorrow, I'll see what happens.
Okay. What about the foreign stocks we mentioned the day before yesterday? Were you able to capitalize on anyone?
Which of the foreign stocks?
Day before yesterday, I mentioned up to 5 foreign stocks towards closing.
Okay.
So let me see. Even Amazon jumped yesterday. Go ahead with your question.
All right. It's just two questions. One, yeah. It's two questions. Two for Atlas.
Okay.
I want to ask. I've not seen been checking on my accounts on and on. I'm not seeing it. I say, what's happening? So that is number one. And number two, I I filled a form 2 days ago regarding FG bond, and it's ending tomorrow. So I've not had anything from them. So I'm just waiting for them to say, okay, go ahead, because they say they will revert later. So these are the 2 questions.
Did you fund their
Like, okay, pay in the money, but they've not said anything yet. Because I did last year. Sorry, I did last month. Because I want to do for 3 consecutive months, so that I'll be cashing out this money every month. So the money I'll be cashing out, I'll still be adding it and be buying stock.
guys?
As in, I'm just scattering. In fact, I want to scatter the whole place. So
Chris is on fire. You are
I'm
still
telling you, sir.
all of the strategies. Okay, that your trading account is funded. Don't
Yeah,
wait to say bring the money. Make sure the money is funded. Let it be on them that I don't
yeah,
think
but the money is there already. The money is there, relaxing, waiting. I don't know now.
you don't have a problem. They normally do the collation from Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, Afri land. I don't know.
In that case, maybe they will have to follow up the registrars. You know, it's not Atlas that does the payment for dividends.
Okay.
Will help you follow up these registrars. If they are not having an office in the city where you reside, we don't also know if they finished payment, but as long as you have no receipt, they are not done with payment.
Okay, sir. So, and
Now, if Atlas is still around, Atlas, if you can hear,
oh,
please.
coach, yeah. Since I met you, oh my God, I don't. I mean, I can't even about 7 REITs you mentioned. I got about 4 of them.
Wow, and they will pay you dividend.
I no, I think it should be month end anyways.
Okay, it's not up to a month you bought.
Yeah, it's not up to a month, so I'm firing up the whole place. I'm just anywhere opportunity. I'm just putting my, you know,
Ladies and gentlemen, coming on, I found them, so let them be able to also add a voice.
coach said we must make money this year.
You must make money this year.
Oh my God.
And it's happening. You said you bought Amazon. Amazon gained
Wow.
10 Amazon shares. That's $200 based on yesterday's gain. This is how we make money.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. So let's see. Looks like we couldn't get Atlas.
If you no, coach, don't worry. If you can't get them, no problem. I can get it anytime.
No problem.
Yeah, I think in the middle of the conversation, I was off because of the network. It was mentioning something about dividends. Is it?
Plain. What dividends were you expecting?
Portal link that you can mandate your.
Okay. Oh.
Mandate your dividend.
Okay. I see. So I can do that one. I have the link. No problem. I'll just have to do that then.
Good. So that's another way to go about it. Thank you very much.
We must make money this year, coach. Oh no.
I don't know. Just
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for all you have done, Anthony. God bless you. Thank you. 28 is popping.
Sure. Antonio.
Hello. 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 Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, coach.
Very good afternoon to you, Antonio.
Yes, my name is Anthony, and I'm streaming from Austria.
Anthony from Austria. Thank you for joining. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. I've been following this platform for some time now.
For
So
how long?
yes. Let me say 3 months now.
All right. 3
Yeah.
months.
3 months now. Yes. So I said, let
Okay.
me give a try. Let me, because you've been mentioning some stocks here. This UPDC, Afri something, AfriPod, and UCAP,
Okay.
Afri Prudential. Yes. So I wanted to buy it on Afri Invest on the app. So there are some things I'm seeing there that I'm confused about. Something like the limit period, good for 30 days, good for 3 days, good for the day. Then order type, either market order or limit order. So there are options. So I wouldn't choose the wrong option.
Okay. If you want to buy a stock, there are two key orders. Market
Okay.
order means whatever the stock price is in the market, you want to buy. You don't care.
Okay.
The system goes ahead and buys. Limit
Okay.
order means you are deciding I can't buy it more than 5 naira 50 kobo no matter what is happening in the market. So you fix that limit price of 5 naira 50 kobo in placing your bid. Now, the disadvantage of that is if the stock is in high demand and it's becomes unavailable at that price because people are willing to pay more than the 5 naira 50 kobo you have put as your limit price, you will not be able to buy that stock at the end of the day. The advantage is that should there be a fluctuation in the course of the day, you would have bought at that price and stand a chance of it going back up. But for market order, the advantage is immediately you key in your bid, as long as those stocks are on offer, you are going to buy. The disadvantage for
Okay.
market order is once you buy, the stock price dips and closes at a lower price, you automatically be in a loss position, especially if that stock is not in high demand. So that's the difference. For the 30 days, 90 days, all of those things, they try to let you know that instead of coming daily to place a bid for a particular stock, you could place a bid once and indicate, let that bid continue on a daily basis for the next 30 days, for the next 90 days, or whatever, however long you choose. So that way you don't have to come on a daily basis to keep bidding for a particular stock. That's just it.
Okay. 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 I understand. So what I need to do, I would the option I will choose is good for the day.
Good for the day, yes, better. For me, I prefer good for the day because I'm always in the market every day. That's because you could put in a bid for a stock at 10 naira per share, and then 2 days after, it's selling as low as 9 naira or 8 naira. You have bought it too high.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's it.
Okay. 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 Okay, coach. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. I really
Cheers.
appreciate. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, let me go on to your written questions. There are so many that are begging for attention. Thank you very much, Maobi. You are doing a great job trying to respond to a whole lot of them while I speak with the callers. For your information, FGN savings bond is on 17% plus. It should be closing tomorrow. Please, sir, those that bought AfriProd and UCAP last month, are they eligible for this dividend payout? Nikki Mam, UCAP and AfriProd have paid their dividends already. They've paid their dividends. So I don't think last month was when? March? Okay. Uh, I did a rundown of dividend payments and qualification dates the last time. I can't lay my hands on that document right now, but let me see. It's going to be difficult for me to find out, but these are dividends that have been paid already. So qualification date is what we want to find out. And if we have to do that, then you need to verify exactly what date you bought last month. So maybe you should do me a DM on the date you bought the UCAP and AfriPrud, then I'll be able to respond accordingly, checking through the records to see the qualification dates. Yes, has been asking about Veritas Cap and Lasaco. I would say go for Veritas Cap under 1 naira. It's very good at that price. Veritas Cap should be selling for around 1 naira 30 kobo or 40 kobo. So imagine you buy it less than 1 naira. If it gets to 1 naira 20 kobo, that's 20% gain already. Not even the 1 naira 30 or 1 naira 40 kobo I'm talking about, because anything you buy under 1 naira, every 10 kobo is a 10% gain. So if it jumps to 1 naira 40 kobo, maybe, because I trust that their first quarter result will be great. When a good first quarter result is released like that, you are sure to make money. So the stock price can move easily from 99 kobo or 98 kobo to 1 naira 10 kobo, 1 naira 20 kobo per share. That's automatic 20% for you there. And then look the way of Prestige Assurance. If you are really interested in penny insurance stocks, Veritas Cap and Prestige Assurance, great buys, because even this morning I bought Prestige Assurance 88 kobo. After buying 88 kobo per share, I went in and put more bids at 87 kobo, and then suddenly people mounted more bids on top of my 87 kobo at 88 and above again. As at the time I was coming live, it was selling for 91 kobo. I just bought it 88 kobo this morning. So imagine from 88 kobo to 91 kobo, then it gets to 1 naira. If from 88 kobo to 1 naira 8 kobo, that's 20% for me, right? So that's what we're talking about. Okay. Can I get foreign stocks on Atlas? No, you can't. One day I'm going to be describing my experience with Coach Like Clean. All of us go make this money. Surely. DC, I trust you, I believe you, and I can tell you it's very possible because I'm here for life. It has worked for me, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, with all humility, I'm not looking for a job. I'm not under pressure. And I can be anywhere I want to be. Yes. So you too can do the same. As long as you take your time to, one step at a time, do what you will be amazed how much that you gather. Once you develop that discipline of putting money together and putting it in investments, you'll be amazed how much money you trap in a whole year. I'll give you one assignment. Go back on your bank apps. That's the easiest way. So you don't stress yourself, don't go to the bank, no problems, if that will trouble you. Go back to your bank apps, look for where to generate your account statement. Start date, indicate 1st January 2024. End date, indicate 31st December 2024. Run that account and check total inflow, total deposit, and come back tomorrow. That's your assignment. Come back tomorrow and shock me, because by the time you are coming back tomorrow, you must have recovered from your own shock. The shock of how much money passed through your hands in the whole of 2024 that you never ever paid attention to or didn't know. Some of you, 10 million passed through your hands last year, but there is nothing close to 2 million around you after last year. Some of you, it's 100 million passed through your account last year. And yet, look around you, nothing close to 5 million in terms of tangible assets that you can lay claim to. Money is a spirit. It disappears the way it comes. if you have not developed the discipline internally to trap it. That's why the rich keeps getting richer and the poor keeps getting poorer. But when you do that, keep it to yourself. Archive it. That information, archive it. If you can talk about it, tomorrow we'll talk about it. How much passed through your hands and how surprised you are that such amount of money ever passed through your hands. Be it in foreign currency or in Nigerian naira. Whatever it is, check. Come back tomorrow and tell us how surprised you are. If you want to mention how much, mention. If you don't want, no problem. But before you come and surprise me, I want you to first be surprised and recover from your surprise. So, what are we doing differently? This year, do it again. By the end of this year, check how much passed through your account and look for what you have invested, how much it has become. Money respects and responds to anyone who has displayed sufficient capacity to control it. But money controls any form of indiscipline towards spending it. That's the way it works. This is my own book. If I was writing the science, mention rates, Kingsley Ahuchaugu. There are only two key rates. If you ask me to mention, I'll mention. One is already too expensive. The SFS rate I mentioned in the course of giving that illustration about the woman who sold her property in Lagos to buy into a REIT's stock in Nigeria and is now reaping the rewards massively. And then the second REIT I'll mention to you is UPDC REIT. All the others, I do not trust the returns and what may happen in the future. Talking about Union Home REITs, Union Homes, and so on and so forth. Okay? Lily wants interior, says clean. You have a strategy. Oh, yes, he has a firmly established strategy, and you'll be amazed. By the time you invest in this FGN savings bond, month one, that first investment secures 4 months of steady income in the form of dividend, interest. Month two, another steady flow of 4 months, which makes it total 8 months secured regular inflow. And for a year for you. So every month, something is dropping from just FGN savings bonds because you invested only 3 consecutive months. That's so smart. That's how to keep yourself in cash flow and not feel any financial pressure. But I can tell you, the money he is now trying to invest from time to time can easily have been spent and lavished and thrown away without even realizing it. Then for the next 3 years, no matter what happens in Nigeria, even when every other thing fails, that money will keep flowing. I kept receiving interest on my bonds and stocks during COVID when there was no economic activity really happening, apart from food that humans had to buy to survive. So this is what we're talking about, right? How do you write a will in Nigeria? Shiniem, contact a lawyer. It's very straightforward. They know how to get these things done. Thank you very much for all the gifts, Michael. I see the ice cream. Okay. Assam Pete says, Coach, please, which investment company did you mention is selling at 91 kobo? 91 kobo. Is it investment company? Please, can you talk about it? Try to make me remember what I was talking about. 91 kobo. Was it Prestige? Prestige. I eventually saw that it afterwards was selling for 91 kobo, even though I wanted to buy more at 87 kobo, which was a closing price for yesterday. So Prestige Assurance. Prestige Assurance, their full year result is excellent. They are doing very well, and they're going to be stingy with giving out dividend, but that also builds them up in terms of their general reserve is going to swell, which prepares them for any eventual shocks in the future. I actually bought that 1 naira upwards, and so I quickly took advantage of that. It's part of the fallout of yesterday's decline in prices. Before, the Nigerian market, in fact, Nigerian market closes before the U.S. market opens. So Nigerian market was riding on the wave of day before yesterday's collapse in the U.S. market. So the ripple effect of the collapse in share with further collapse, eventually the U.S. president announced a 90-day pause of retaliatory tariffs, and that spiked the foreign markets up. So everything now to open most low of day before U.S. market activity position, because I had seen Prestige Assurance's report from the third quarter of last year to the full year is good money. And that means it makes them very good managers of money. So Prestige has suffered back in profitability. That made me buy. When you want to buy a stock, even if you are buying for short term, for trading, because nobody knows it all and anything can just happen, you also want to be sure to bounce back, even if it drops below your entry price. Yes? Okay. Don Stanley says, talk about I am gold. I need to log in here to check what the situation is with I am gold. I need you to understand that every time there is fear and panic in the stock market, you have gold soaring. So we had gold while the US market was collapsing. Most recently, gold hit an order. Like I am gold, which is a foreign stock by the way, should have made some very good strides from the 5 and 6 naira it was when I first mentioned I am gold. I actually did a video about it. The fundamentals remain solid, but let's see what's happening. It's actually an undervalued stock. I am gold, but with all the turbulence and everything that this tariff war is causing, like I said the day before yesterday, all of those things have been thrown into the gutters. Every fantastic analysis and everything is in the dustbin because of the chaos in the market. Well, while the market is presenting us with fantastic, who cares? We jump in and take positions. So let's see what's the situation. Let's see if I can find a way around the situation with I am gold. Okay, I am gold. Well, can't seem to connect right now. Connect. As time goes on, maybe I will. Abatilare says, yes, sir. How much can I bid for tip today? Tip is really, really surprising me, and that should teach us a lesson. Tip is receiving serious attention with all the market crash that we saw affecting the Nigerian market. Tip managed to stay above 4. I was expecting tip to come down below 4 and stay for a while, but it's not bulging. We still have a long way in the year 2025. We don't know whether any weary investor can come in and sell it less than that, but now tip and 1 naira per share. That's very instructive for a stock that is 1 naira per share. It made earnings per share of 1 naira, and the reason it has not jumped a tiny dividend from the 1 naira, but you know what? That gives them opportunity to expand the business more because their cash reserve is swelling. The general reserve is swelling. And let me open our eyes to something also. For a stock to give dividend, bonus shares, please note that those bonus shareholders or existing shareholders, they are actually paid for by the company. So it's keeping faith with the company as the company continues to grow organically. So when they give out bonus shares like VLD is doing now, those free shares that are coming to you will be paid for by the company, and they can only pay bonus free their general reserve. So for companies that are always building their general reserve, apart from the fact that they can get money to grow the business, they can also pay for bonus shares. So this is one of the ways you can be able to think and reason which company is capable of giving bonus shares. I don't know what is making me say this, but maybe going forward, TIP can give bonus shares. All right, so they're already showing ability to grow their cash reserve. The other day, when I first mentioned Amazon here and told people buy Amazon, I showed you how they had so much cash reserve. Within 1 or so, I checked through and gave you the Berkshire Hathaway was there. The Nvidia, Amazon today is bidding to buy TikTok. I don't know if some of you saw it on my story when I published it. Amazon placed a bid to buy TikTok last week, I think last week or so, because TikTok was supposed to be banned from the US. And the other option they said for TikTok to survive is for an American company to buy it. So Amazon, alongside any other company that earlier put in a bid, also bidded for TikTok. And we are talking about billions of US dollars. So if you do not have the resources, you can't do this kind of things. And it's only companies that have huge resources. It's just like as everybody trying to invest in this community, that's what we are so focused. We don't even know what's happening in Nigeria. We don't know who is winning the election, who is losing. We don't care. We are building our net worth. So if you can build sufficient reserve, which is your all these ones people are killing themselves. You peacefully relocate to any part of the world. You want to go to Australia, you want to go to Finland, Sweden, citizenship by investment programs to anywhere. Attending the live class. Really, Valentina, it's good to have you here. It's good to hear from you. Says Mika. Okay. So how much is TIP giving out for dividend? I think it's out of their ₦1, they declared 10 kobo per share, if I'm not mistaken. This is TIP that we kept buying $1.90, you buy at $1.90, it manages to get to $2, it drops down to $1.85. Some people got frustrated. Listen, relax. You see that $10 is doing now? Relax. You better buy more now. Many already. By staying up at 4, despite a market slump that we experienced, TIP remained on top of 4. Only few people sold out of fear are under 4, because under 4 came back up, and today it's around 430 or 4. I saw it sell at 440 at some point today. That's the kind of support TIP is trying to establish now, because of the value it has created. As oil market and prices are going down in the global market, investing in oil, is it a good buy now? Well, you need to just find a way to confirm how low you can get. So tip, bid for 4, bid for 4.2, or you wait till tomorrow to see if it's going to be reasonable. Please, coach, talk about UACN. I spoke a lot about you, and with UACN tried to survive 29, 27. It's coming back to 29 right now. UACN is more or less a 40 to 50 naira stock. That's all I can say. So if you see UACN buy now, forget the 22 kobo they are paying as dividend. That will weaken people and throw them out of the stock. But you know what? UACN is great. Just if you have to be patient and follow up with Atlas, if with Atlas to dematerialize. Yes, Prestige is the one I got at 88 kobo. Some better. So which Valentina is talking with authority. Says, Antonio, what are you doing with AfroInvest? He's investing, man. All right. BMC says, imagining buying Aradel at 497 and selling at 1K in the future. See oil money. Oh, thank you, coach. Thank you very much. What will you do to buy honey flour? Honey will drop to 9 naira yesterday. Unfortunately, I was not live, but I could see that that was a great opportunity to pick up. I think Honeywell floor is back at 11. So between yesterday and now, 9 to 11. Clean says, how much can I? That UBA, I think it dropped to 34, but I think it's not bad, considering you will get the dividend, so it's fine. VFD, for VFD, it's getting more expensive. That's a problem. some dumpers can arrive and dump a lot again. But I think it was selling at today. I don't know. There might be supplies tomorrow, but that's after it closes at 79 something today. So Ola says, please, how do we fund our Atlas portfolio? This process is too slow. Ola, listen, if you want to fund your Atlas, do you have the bank details of Atlas? They sent it to you through an email, which they sent with your login details. Check that email. Then you can transfer from anywhere, your phone app. Put in their account details, put in how much you are sending. Then in the description, now transaction on transaction, what it's called, indicate that you are indicate your full name, your name and your surname, and possibly your narration. Just put it like that way. Then in an hour or more or less, the money will reflect on your trading account. That's how to fund your Atlas Portfolios account. So please, when can we buy NIDF? Let's determine when. NIDF is beginning to get more attention, but usually, maybe tomorrow, somebody might be impatient who really needs money and may sell below the 122 or once people are discovering it and enjoying the benefits of the quarterly dividend. It's no longer dropping to 111 and 117. So by Friday, let's see if there's sufficient supply. Just find a way to buy whatever you can. Eventually, at that time, I was thinking it's too expensive, man. But we kept on paying very mouth-watering dividend, not as frequently as the SFS rate is 200 and something, so 50 naira. I can only say congratulations to all of you who bought, because that's what you get. And they always try to grow their dividend every year. So you will see that even if you have 150,000 or 200,000 every quarter based on the quantity you bought, even if you don't buy at all again, because of their culture of trying to inflate 250,000, and then as more time passes, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, that 200,000 you budgeted for will start being like 300,000, 350,000 every quarter. Come on, say money is easy to make. I need you and instill in your brain that money is easy to make. If you don't agree, it doesn't work. But if you agree, it works. And it can only happen if you do it as you are saying it. Poor, do you think money? Can't afford it. You are asking your parents for something, they'll say they can't afford it. And you and then you will now live with the mentality, I can't afford it, I can't afford it, money is difficult to make. Your whole into you must tune that radio to the frequency of the radio station and hear what is being spoken there. So this is you now tuning the frequency of making money. That's how it works. It's easy to make. I'm seeing the comments there on my Insta. I don't know about my TikTok, and it's where money is easy to make. You just say so that even the devil they sends to you to make you poor will hear it and money is easy to make. There is a whole lot of damage that has been done to our psyche because of the poverty class we sat for that we didn't pay school fees for. We sat for it for your mentality. Let me tell you this. You have never a car where they sell cars. You have no idea how it looks to buy. You have never sat in a have no idea. So your whole mindset is closed towards those things. You have never imagined or experienced traveling abroad. So your mind is closed. It is until you open up your mind and start seeing those things, you are unconsciously deceived. Grows on tree. Is very easy to. You decided you wanted to buy a car. Right. What? And then from wherever you're going, that's the car. That's the car. This guy is so so hilarious. Somebody's walking on us. No. More receptive. So everywhere you turn, you notice it because it's been on your mind. That's the way money works. You are not expecting it, you are not doing anything towards it, you will never see it. Right? So that's it. So stocks to buy. UPDC is still looking at us there. Veritas cap under 1 naira is still very good to buy. It's good to. Transcorp dropped so low to 39 yesterday. It's now 43. I told you from 44 and under is still a good buy for a stock like Transcorp. And then you have Prestige is now 95 kobo, right? I don't know, maybe it can touch 1 naira today. Who knows? He's trying to recover from. Wow, Mansard is looking awesome at 7 naira. Anything under 8, Mansard is very good to buy. Anything under 8 naira per share, Mansard. Livestock, maybe just above 8. Anybody who wants to buy long-term stocks here, please don't forget to buy a stock like if you have sufficient money, start buying a stock like Guinness. I don't discuss too much of that, but it's important for me to point it out here. Long term. Coach, I sold some of my jellies I bought in 2022 that has appreciated to invest. Do you mean jewelries? Oh, that's great. You see, women can be wonderful. Wow. Tell me, what did you buy? Can you see how smart people are? Please don't forget foreign stocks who can buy, sir. That's from AS. Some of the foreign stocks that jumped up yesterday will drop. Some will drop. When you need to time your entry very well. I mentioned these stocks to look out for again. Amazon, Google, and take position. Even if you protect yourself by looking for a dip. Okay? Ayemora share says is the please take note. I'm aware of the mandatory takeover offer and it is traded publicly delisted. They are offering to pay you a particular amount to buy your shares up. But that MTO, this particular MTO by the majority and taking the company out of the NGX. But they actually announced an MTO. And as at that time when they were trying to make that announcement, the stock price was around 74. Like that. And the MTO price was 80 naira per share. But guess what? It's currently 80 naira. What am I saying? I've seen value in the company. I want to increase their stake, even if they are majority shareholders. Right? So, Guinness's MTO is not. Muftao says, thanks, coach. I was able to buy VFD at 79.80. Wow, that's a lot. So please, everybody get set. In the end, however high deep VFD rises, they are going to seriously mark it down because of the so much bonus they are giving. So this is whatever the price gets to into 5 places, maybe. Okay, that's Prudential rose 6 and is currently now at 14. 2015. Don Stanley, I am not able to log, I'm not getting connection to check I am gold for you. But I am gold, like I said, check my last video, it's still here. I made a video regarding pain as dividends and how often per year. The fact with Honeywell is that they are about to be delisted. We are only trying to take position for short-term gains by taking advantage of the recapitalization, the delisting that wants to happen. They'll make everything public, they will announce. They will eventually tell us how much you want to pay minority. You should pay 20 naira per share. That's a kill for some of us who bought at 6 naira plus. Never mind the fact that it's now around 11. Right? That's how we make money. Money is easy to make. So some of the stocks that have been recommended for you right now that you already have in your portfolio, any of them can just name and understand that the stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not here to deceive. I'm not here to flatter, but I'm here to assure you that if for 27 years I did, and you can now leverage on my experience, then I don't think you should be afraid of tomorrow. Because all you need to pray for is life and health. You are alive and well. 5 years is not far from now. Most of you remember COVID just recently. So I can visit it and live sessions. We have a competent executive committee now, executive management team of Network Investors Club. You heard the lawyer, people proven their experience in their job. So being a but it's not for any of our engagement. Just a quick transaction and then I'll be back. So imagine we were set to do a live session in Abuja. I just breeze in, we get the live done, I come back. Lagos, it's not there's no time. You see, the rich don't fight. Their fight is with their assets. You don't have time to quarrel and be shouting. Come to Network Investors Club Group. Nobody we are focused on growing our network. Can you see that? Ibizu sold her jewelries when she noticed opportunities, and as she capitalizes on that opportunity, she will realize that she can buy much more jewelries, funds she will make from that investment. Ladies who are thinking, some would struggle to have more of the jewelries, but here we engage and shift in paradigm, because apart from a valuable asset adds value over time, it has been liquidated to bring in money faster So she can easily replace that jewelry and still have some money left, or decide to leave and then later buy cheaply because much more has been made from the jewelry. That's what an asset is. That's the kind of mindset we're developing here. So, ladies and gentlemen, come to the end of today's session. 2 minutes left to go. Really appreciate all the steps you are taking to improve your personal finance. And you know what? You will never be of okay your why you have secured using this avenue of investing in stocks to your advantage. That's what we're all about. It's not about earning the money. We have seen money. We've seen people and are in penury. Do you know the worst damage any human being can do to themselves? Have so much, enjoying plenty, and suddenly don't have again. It's worse than not having at all. Because your health will so depreciate because suddenly you can it's really hot. I think that she's reminding me of Clay. It's like both of them have the same energy. She's still asking what other foreign stocks can we go for aside Amazon. If you know what stocks she has been buying and asking and making inquiries for, you'll be amazed that a lady is still the ticker symbol is HIMS. HIM. Buy undervalued. Alphabet. GL. Find a way to buy a stock like ROKU. Roku. That's a very good foreign stock to buy. 90 per share. Also, Nvidia less than 100 per share. $100 per share. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Asampete, I'm not, I'm rather praising you. It's not an accusation that you're asking too much. I'm rather praising you that it's so amazing that we have young ladies and guys who are fired up to grow their money. Listen